to share new experiences and journeys. DeLeo explains, quote, "I'm constantly thinking of how short our lives are and how important it is to experience new things, take risks, and to not be afraid of what could go wrong, but what could go right. Sometimes it's the journey that teaches you a lot about the destination," end quote. And that's pretty profound insight there. I totally agree with him. In 2016, Alex and his new alternative sound inspired by indie pop and folk made its debut at the For the Love Music Festival, followed by an appearance at the Undertow Jam Music Festival. Garnered the attention from notable outlets such as Balcony Tea and Music 8 The Nation, with influences ranging from Coldplay to Vance Joy, Arcade Fire, and more. Alex DeLeo and his band bring their fans uplifting songs that get their fans singing along to enchanting, hook-filled melodies. Alex DeLeo will release his debut EP this fall. It's going to be called So We Go. And the first single from So We Go is called Make It Easier. And just on the other side of this song, we're going to help you make it easier to break your bad habits. And all of us have a few. Mine is spending too much time on my phone, but we all benefit from that because now we've got an official segment now that I can point to as the reason I spend so much time on my phone, called Pocket Full of Sounds. I got to get that right. Pocket Full of Sounds. Say it with me now. Pocket Full of Sounds. And so we're going from that into Alex DeLeo here. Other side of that is CEO of Pavlok, Maneesh, Sethi, helping us break bad habits and sharing with us some information about sandwiches. Stay tuned for that. Here is Alex DeLeo with Make It Easier.
Lay still, but you don't call. Strung out, now it's so easy. So don't go get lost if I'm fall. Make it easier, just go. Stay young, it's your life. You fell in love with her. Slow down so we can wander. Caught up, I can see it clearly. So don't go get lost if I'm fall. Make it easier, just go. Stay young, it's your life. You fell in love with her. If you could wait a second now, I could find what you're looking for before we make a mess around all this fine piece of furniture. Oh, 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 oh. So don't go get lost if I'm fall. Make it easier, just go. Stay young, it's your life. You fell in love with her. So bring it on,
And we are coming out of the sounds, a great song right there from Alex DeLeo. And you're listening to Pop Song Tech. I am Otis Ranger, and I am so excited and honored to welcome to studio today the founder and CEO of the Pavlok device. Welcome to founder and CEO Maneesh Sethi. How are you today, Maneesh?
I'm doing great. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time.
You got it. And vice versa here. So, listen, I was going over the internet here, and my God, your background is so phenomenal, and the types of accomplishments that you've achieved are just so unique, so innovative, and I'd love to hear about your background. The hacking the system blog that you had for a while, and what brought you to found this awesome device, Pavlok, that's here to really break bad habits and the like.
Yeah, so ever since I was a child, I've been fascinated by human behavior and also really bad at finishing things that I start. I've never been very good at execution. I'm extremely ADD, and I noticed that I would always get stuff done like at the last minute, but it would always be done. I couldn't self-motivate myself, and so as I got to college, it became a real problem. And so I started getting deep into trying to understand human behavior. And I started studying under a Professor B.J. Fogg, who focuses on behavioral psychology and technology.
And was that at Stanford University?
Yeah, so that was at Stanford. I started in 2005, and as I did it, I studied abroad, and I decided to take 2 years leave of absence from Stanford and travel the world.
Wow.
So I was living in Italy, decided to take a couple of years off, and I started traveling. And so, I needed to survive. So I did odd jobs. I was doing programming and writing, and then I started a blog detailing my experiences of what I was doing and trying to improve my own habits. So that blog was called Hack the System. And that blog became kind of a really interesting testing ground for my ideas, because I would start to run experiments on my own behavior. I tried to get myself to be more productive, try to get myself to do new activities and learn languages. And then I would write about different experiments and methods I would use to adjust my behavior. Does that kind of make sense?
Totally makes sense, yeah.
And so over time, one of my ideas was about productivity. I was trying to get myself to be more productive, so I used this app that tracked my behavior on my computer and gave me a score between 1 and 100. And I noticed that my score was like in the 35% range. It meant that I was, and so that means if you're spending 8 hours a day online and 65% of that time is spent unproductively, that means I'm wasting like 5 or 6 hours a day. Like that's like 2 months of a year are wasted. And so I would do experiments to try to make that number higher, to be more productive when I was on the computer. And my most famous experiment, I hired someone to sit down next to me, and every time I went on Facebook, she would slap me in the face.
I think I saw that went viral, didn't it?
Yes, that went super viral, and my productivity score shot up to 98%.
Wow!
And the video of her slapping was like, but realistically, the slap, it wasn't the slap that was the thing that motivated me. It was like the fear of the slap. And in another way, it was like having a partner there, somebody I'd committed to doing a task, and she was there as like my personal coach or like my, like angel or whatever, just tapping me on the shoulder if I was starting to waste time, being like, hey, don't do that, Maneesh, come on, focus. And suddenly I was able to get projects done that were the best projects I've ever gotten done. And they were those projects that I kept pushing off because they weren't urgent.
So is what you're saying that everybody, is what you're saying that the tipping point in everybody's career should be to hire an assistant to sit next to you and slap you in the face?
Well, so I thought so, right? But I realized that slapping doesn't scale.
No, it does not scale.
And so I called up my friend later on, and I was like, dude, why am I paying someone to slap me in the face? What if I just built a dog shock collar that could just zap me every time I went on Facebook? And my friend said, yo, let's go to Radio Shack. And so I'm dating myself because Radio Shack still existed. But so we went to Radio Shack, and I changed a flight, and I stayed, and we built this little hacked together Arduino dog collar that every time I went on Facebook, it zapped me. And I made a video for my blog, and this was December 2012. I was about to post this video on my blog, and I said to myself, wait, this is actually really interesting. there's a million wearables out there that are tracking what we do,
Mm-hmm.
but this one's actually changing what I do.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's something deeper here. And so that became what Pavlok is. It's designed to be, and our company, our product is an iteration of the vision, but the vision is to build that personal coach on your wrist, that person who keeps you on track and won't let you stray from your goals.
And so it's really the virtual slap across the cheek.
Yeah, it's a virtual slap across the cheek. It's like having a coach or it's like having a personal trainer. It's like a trainer. I think, a trainer makes sure that you work out, and if you say you don't want to, he makes you, and you thank him for that. And I think that, and so the product that we built is Pavlok, and it's a device that has the ability to vibrate, beep, and release an electrical stimulus.
Electrical shock. I love it. This is brilliant. And I know I've seen some case studies then online of people that have used Pavlok to do things like quitting smoking, eating healthier, stop sleeping in, being more productive, like you were just talking about, specifically to stop nail biting. So I'd like to go into the nail biting case study here, or use case. And so how does this actually work? If I want to stop nail biting because I've got jagged edges all the time, because all I do is, as a nervous habit, I'm biting my nails in meetings or whatever it is, and I want to stop nail biting, how does Pavlok actually work?
Sure. So there's two ways in which this device can train you. One is through awareness, and the other is through association. So awareness. We have an accelerometer inside of the product, and in the app you can set up hand detection. And the device will now detect when your hand comes up close to your face. It's currently set to vibrate when your hand is close to your face to keep you aware, no painful zap, just a slight vibration. And then you can press the button yourself in order to release the zap. And it's like you're training yourself to stop doing it. And you'll notice very quickly over time, even when the bracelet is off, you'll start to notice when your hand is coming close to your face. Huh. So that way, the awareness method is based on it knowing what you do. The more powerful way, but the way that is a little bit counterintuitive, is association. And this is using Pavlovian association rather than training. It's association. Uh-huh. And in this mode is where the success stories are coming from. They're the stories of people who have bit their nails for 20 to 25 years and in less than 3 days or less than 5 days completely stopped. And the way that it works is we have a 5-day process called the Pavlok process, also known as aversive conditioning. And what you do is for 5 days, you set the timer in the app, and you do the behavior on purpose, and it will zap you as you do it. Or you press the button without the app, you just press the button as you do it. Mm-hmm. That creates it creates an aversion. It's an association. Like if any of you have ever gotten really drunk and then on tequila or something, and then you get sick, and then the smell of tequila makes you sick for a while or often forever. That aversion, that little cringe in your chest and stomach that you feel when you smell that smell, that's the feeling that you create towards the act of nail biting.
You're right. And I'm thinking back to my college days, and you're absolutely right. I can't go anywhere near Malibu. I don't know if you know Malibu and the coconut smell of Malibu.
Yeah, I do.
I come anywhere near that stuff, man, I am just throwing my running shoes on and going the other direction.
I've told the story so many times, and Malibu is always men. I don't know why that is. Anyway, so anyway, but yeah, so those are the two ways to do it. And that same aversion, that same aversive method is powerful because for things that even we can't detect, things like smoking or negative thoughts, gambling or drinking, those things can be done and can be trained away by using the aversive stimulus. Smoking is a really good example. A lot of people that we've helped quit smoking, which is
it's one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, and our success rate is really high, but it's one of those things that until I do trial on it, I don't want to release any numbers. But we have a very good success rate, and what's cool about it is I brought back in our test cases, and you can see some of them on our website. And we try to get them to smoke a cigarette, and they put it